This time on Falmouth in Focus, rallying to save the ecology of local ponds, with a little help from some neighbors up in Vermont. Treating our military veterans with the honor they deserve. Local volunteers pitch in to ease the transition to civilian life. And on Main Street, combining creativity with just the right pinch of spooky as local scarecrow artists show off their stuff. Falmouth in Focus gets going right now. Welcome to Falmouth in Focus, our bi-monthly roundup of local events and FCTV member engagement in the community. I'm Eileen Preston. All that is coming up. First, though, we begin with a response to recent events in Israel. The death toll following brutal acts of terror by the militant group Hamas this month is a global headline. But the ongoing shock, pain, and anxiety are being felt on a local level right here in Falmouth and in countless other communities around the country. Local faith and community leaders gathered recently at the Wacoyet Congregational Church to rally around fellow citizens affected by the crisis. They prayed for peace and empathy to prevail. Here's a brief look at that gathering.
Good afternoon. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here today. We are here to take a stand as a community for peace. We are here to show our love and support for one another, especially to our neighbors and friends who have ties to Israel and the region. We are here to say no to violence and yes to love.
We offer our prayers and support during this time of violence in Israel and Palestine. We pray for those who have been killed, injured, are searching for loved ones, and are struggling with grief and fear.
We are brokenhearted. We are not whole or complete as Jewish communities, as humans who witness this horrendous suffering. So many people in our community have direct ties to loved ones, friends, and colleagues in Israel and are directly experiencing this brokenheartedness. The comfort and support that we can provide to each other, that we can reach out to neighbors and friends and colleagues so that they're not walking through each day with their brokenness and incompleteness in silence. That means so much to people.
How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? Yes, and how many seas must a white dove sail before she can sleep in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
The full peace vigil lasted about a half hour and is well worth the time to watch. Check fctv.org for airing schedules. Let's turn now to our local ecology. The Falmouth Pond Coalition hosted a recent freshwater health event that focused largely on challenges of dealing with household wastewater. Representatives of the Vermont-based Rich Earth Institute were on hand to discuss some forward-thinking initiatives to stop polluting and start regenerating. Here's a sample of that event.
So I want to start out just by pointing out what may be the obvious. Wastewater is over 99% water. Mostly it's tap water with only a little bit of human waste mixed in there, about 1% by volume. But, here we go. But that tiny volume of human waste, this little sliver here out of the whole volume, is about 75% of the nitrogen and almost 2/3 of the phosphorus are in urine. What we do at Rich Earth Institute in Brattleboro is manage the country's first and largest community-scale urine reclamation program, urine recycling program. People have options. So we have a collection stage where we collect the urine from people, transport, treatment, and then final application of the fertilizer. On the collection side, they have options. There's this urine collection device we make, the QB in the funnel so-called, that is easy to just put in your bathroom, start using. You can take it with your car to our depot or transfer it into a barrel that we come with our truck and pump out. Or you can have a permanently installed fixture that is plumbed to a tank that we also come and pump out. Options, a wastewater hauler can do the pumping. We actually do the pumping ourselves. We bring it to our research center, we pasteurize it, and bring it to farms. We can haul 1,000 gallons of urine on that truck at a time. We haul it back to our processing center, which is also our research center. We pasteurize it through this device that our spin-off Brightwater Tools developed, also available for sale. 2 of them exist on the Cape, I believe both in Falmouth. One we just delivered to MassTech today. It pasteurizes urine, meets an EPA standard for pathogen reduction, and then we can provide it to farmers who often use it on hay crops. It's also being used in Vermont on produce, on hemp, on a variety of different products. Urine diversion is a great tool for meeting the TMDLs. There's a lot of tools being used. In Falmouth, I know that there's at least there has been, I think there still is, shellfish, permeable reactive barriers, inlet widening, and IA systems and sewering. It complements all those things. This is just one more way to get nitrogen out of the ground and to somewhere where it's better used. And it's fast to do. Anyone can get a cubic and funnel and bring it home and start collecting urine today, or you could, over the course of maybe a year or so, line up all the things needed to put in a tank and a toilet and do something more permanent that way. That's very fast compared to other options. It is inexpensive, as I said, per pound of nitrogen removed. The exact amount of nitrogen removed, you can actually calculate that. You can determine it by measuring the volume of urine collected and multiplying it by the concentration of nitrogen in the urine. You can't do that with any IA system. You can do it with a sewer because you can measure nitrogen in and out of the sewer plant. But with the IA systems that people are contemplating where they're not going to get a sewer anytime soon, those are based on so many assumptions around what's going in, how many people, how much water. It's just a whole mess of assumptions. And it's hard to really, people at MassTech do a great job of quantifying that, but it's all very hard to do and hard to pin down per house, per individual house. Here we can actually measure how much we got out. So if in a town, if in Falmouth, you're trying to reduce your load by a certain amount, by a certain number of thousands of pounds per nitrogen, if you have 100 houses collecting urine and you have however many thousands of gallons of urine that is, you can measure and say, well, that was this many thousand pounds of nitrogen, period, for sure. We've reduced from our load. So our hope for this, that what we can provide to you is some of our experience to help you use urine diversion to meet your TMDL limits, perhaps with fewer sewer connections and fewer IA systems and less total cost. We're not saying that urine diversion is the only solution and that it's like the thing everyone should do. It's not for everyone, but I think it's for a lot of people, and everyone who does it can contribute to reducing the load.
The Freshwater Health event is running in its entirety on FCTV at various times. Check schedules at fctv.org. We're going to take a short break for an important message on early voting. And in just a moment, Heroes in Transition. Local volunteers mobilize to give military veterans a fighting chance at landing happily in civilian life.
This year, celebrate Vote Early Day.
And make your voice heard.
Each year, the amount of people voting early grows.
And in 2023, millions of Americans can vote early.
In person.
By dropping off their ballot.
Or mailing it in. Share your voice in important state and local elections.
Election Day is the last day to cast your ballot.
So the question isn't why vote early.
It's why wait. Join the celebration and find out how you can vote early at voteearlyday.org.
It wasn't uphill both ways in the snow, but someday T-Ticket Elementary School students can brag to their children about how they walked to school. Walk to School Day is a local school initiative to promote wellness by creating habits of walking at a young age. Bus drivers and parents drop the youngsters off at the Lefebvre boat ramp on Harrington Street for the journey of about 1 mile. Kids on the march were kept safe by chaperones, including police and teachers, every step of the way. Military veterans put their lives on the line to keep us safe every day. But when they process out of the military, it's not always easy for them to find their footing in civilian life. That's where the Heroes in Transition program comes in. Here's a look at how Falmouth is joining with other communities to give our warriors the welcome home they deserve.
Heroes in Transition, both the organization, the staff, I'll call it the Heroes in Transition family. The key thing with them is that they're involved in the veterans community. They're involved with the families of veterans. They know who the people are in the local area that need help, and they find ways to reach out to them and to provide opportunities that a lot of cases they're disguised as fun. But what they really are is opportunities to connect and to grow, to build a support network here on the Cape. And that's really what sets Heroes in Transition apart from other organizations.
I mean, as a military family, it's really hard to, as any family, it's really hard to pack snacks, plan the event, get the directions, get the kids there. So just being told what time to be somewhere and then have everything else taken care of, it feels like a little mini vacation. And that just brings a lot of joy and laughter in an otherwise stressful time when you've got little ones. So I think that, and then the open arms, like every time we show up, you know, Casey and Aaron, Nicole, Kristen, it's just like you're seeing family that you hadn't seen in a while. They're happy to see you, you get big hugs. It's really nice.
This program was geared more towards a crawl, walk, run. So there was a lot of, gentle guidance and things that, certain baby steps of, hey, you might not get it this day, and it's small incremental changes that you can sustain over long periods of time. And when you start building up upon those, I mean, it's even over 6 weeks. I've been surprised that these small changes have led to drastic changes that have improved not only my life but my wife's family life and everything like that.
The mission itself, assisting the veterans and the military families, we have built a bond. It's very similar to a unit, military unit. And what happens is you get to know these guys and girls. They get to know and trust you. At some point, they start confiding in you. And I won't share any names or anything like that. But on more than one occasion, I have been told that if it weren't for the connections that they made with HIT and the other participants, they would have become a statistic.
So Heroes in Transition has been a really great program. You hear a lot of people talk about it. I've volunteered for the RUC program. I've done a couple of the couples programs. It's really a wonderful program, and I talk to everyone I possibly can about it that is eligible. It's really a community, and I love that Heroes in Transition is here to be able to help everybody, and it's like a family, and all of the programs they offer, there's something for everybody, whether it's someone with children or just couples or just a veteran who is retired and trying to find their place, or families that are just relocating here. It's really a wonderful program.
24 young people were sworn in recently at the Barnstable Superior Courthouse. For them, it's the start of an 11-month experience with AmeriCorps Cape Cod. The federal program is deploying them for more than 18,000 combined service hours, serving in land and water conservation, disaster readiness, and community education. Here at FCTV, there's a personal angle to this story, because we're mentoring one of the service members by the name of Luke Hudson, right here.
My name is Luke Hudson, and I'm partnered here with FCTV as an AmeriCorps Cape Cod member to serve here for the year. And so partnering with this network, I am going to be fulfilling our three main objectives as a service organization. So first, disaster preparedness and response. My primary objective would be mainly to film segments spreading awareness about how to prepare yourself for certain disasters and what to do in the aftermath of them. So for example, work with fire chiefs or Chip Riley out in Barnstable and talk about how to prepare yourself for a fire, earthquake, and what to do when you have to form into a shelter. Say if a storm hits, how to get there, what you can do in your time there. And next, some environmental conservation. So for example, work with groups such as the 300 Committee or different departments of natural resources or conservation trusts and spread awareness about how to take care of your environment. So yeah, I'm actually from upstate New York, in an area that is completely land-bound. So what I'm noticing here as I moved here to become a member of AmeriCorps Cape Cod, that's very different. You have the ocean around. So I take very big notice in that, and just looking around you can see how much you might need to take care of. Trash, taking care of the tides, shellfishing. It's a very different world for me, but I very much enjoy getting used to the area and seeing what else I can do to take care of this completely different environment that I'm not used to. So since I'm going to be here for around 11 months, the thing I'm most likely looking forward to the most is combining the work I learned here with my partnership with the 300 Committee in Falmouth. So going out into nature, exploring some trails, and then taking the skills I learned here at FCTV and use them to film some segments about different areas, the importance of them, what separates different trails from each other, and what you can do out on these trails, what the importance of connecting to nature is, and how you can take care of them. So it makes our job a little easier there.
I will get things done for America.
I will get things done for America.
To make our people safer, smarter, and healthier.
To make our people safer, smarter, and healthier.
I will bring Americans together.
I will bring Americans together.
To strengthen our communities.
To strengthen our communities.
Faced with apathy.
Faced with apathy.
I will take action.
I will take action.
Faced with conflict.
Faced with conflict.
I will seek common ground.
I will seek common ground.
Faced with adversity.
Faced with adversity.
I will persevere.
I will persevere.
I will carry this commitment.
I will carry this commitment.
With me this year and beyond.
With me this year and beyond.
I am an AmeriCorps member.
I am an AmeriCorps member.
And I will get things done.
And I will get things done.
Welcome to Luke, and a huge thank you to all the AmeriCorps members for their service. Still to come, a little sample of the sounds laid down recently at Jazz Stroll 2023. And the scarecrows are out to play on Main Street this Halloween season. Learn how to vote for your favorite in just a moment.
So what we're doing here today is a prescribed fire, what people often refer to as a controlled burn. Most of the objective today for this fire is to reduce fuel loads and to manage the grasslands for rare species habitats and concerns. Also, one of the objectives is to lessen the tree load in the grasslands. Grasslands are supposed to be grasslands. We do live in a fire-dependent ecosystem here on Cape Cod in southeastern Massachusetts, the pine barrens, scrub oak barrens. You'll get pine needle drop underneath of it. That's all available fuels. But then you'll get the taller grass that gets into the 3 or 4 feet up the tree. Then you can get other fuels, as they refer to as ladder fuels, that can climb up into the tree that'll cause the fire to travel up into the canopy of the tree. On pitch pine, it also can catch the bark on fire and into the canopy of the tree because it's full of pitch pine. Our system is diverse enough and has a diverse enough sets of habitats so that it remains resilient with climate change as the climate warms here in New England and we see new species of plants and bugs. Protects against wildfire hazards, also protects the community, also protects for, again, climate resiliency in reducing the fuel load and letting Mother Nature become more diverse in the system. They put up with a little smoke currently when we do the prescribed fire, but a wildfire and its smoke would be far more hazardous to the community than prescribed burns and controlled burns. And our surrounding communities do not see wildfire that often. We have annual fire trainings that the surrounding fire companies participate in. Their firefighters will have the basics to respond to any wildfire in their community. It provides for climate resiliency and diversity and community protection from wildfire hazard.
Jazz Stroll 2023 is in the books. Musicians up and down Main Street showed off their talent to crowds moving from venue to venue on foot. FCTV member Marilyn Rowland helped organize the stroll and brings us this little taste of how the evening went.
He likes coffee, I like tea. I think he loves the coffee more than he loves me, because every morning about 6:15, you know, he runs to the kitchen away from me. Oh, why is he so mean? He's a fiend for that caffeine. I said early in the morning before the world gets up, put a little sunshine inside his coffee cup. That's what they try to sell you on the TV, but coffee don't do a damn thing for me.
It's the Saturday dance. Heard you crowded the floor. Awfully busy without you. I don't get around much anymore. Heard you were at the club. I got as far as the door. Awfully different without you. I don't get around much anymore. Different without you. I don't get around much anymore.
Y'all want to sing a little bit with us? Even if you don't have the kids, you can say the words, hey, hey, the blues is all right. The blues is all right, y'all. Y'all ready? Bring it down a little bit more, man. Hey, hey, blues is all right. Hey, hey.
Some eclectic characters have been hanging around Main Street, even more so than usual. They're scarecrows, designed by members of the community to spark up the seasonal spirit. And they're competing for your vote. Here's a closer look.
Hey folks, my name is Rich. I'm here from the Falmouth Village Association, and welcome to the Street of Scarecrows. For the month of October, all the businesses and nonprofits that make up Falmouth and Falmouth Main Street all come together and put an incredible amount of creation on the streets here, on the lampposts. We have them so that everyone can come down, visit, look at the scarecrows, vote on their favorite on our Facebook page, and just have a lot of fun with it. You can either vote by liking it on the Facebook page or taking a selfie, and that will give people 5 votes. We have over 30 scarecrows participating, and the businesses, I would say right now we're probably at a 50-50 mix. 15 businesses and about 15 nonprofits. The favorite nonprofit will get a donation from the Falmouth Village Association, and the favorite merchant will get some help through the Village Association as well.
That's going to wrap up our show for the moment. I'm Eileen Preston. We're always eager to see your local photos and videos. Use the hashtag MyFalmouth to flag them to our attention. We'll go out now on some of those images. Until next time, we'll see you around town.